I'm Dr. Thompson Akwo, the Chief Editor of Health and Development Magazine, and we are at the Convention Center downtown in New Orleans as part of the American Occupational Therapy Association Annual Conference. With me is?
And my name is Ricardo Holmes, and I'm an occupational therapist.
Mr. Ricardo Holmes, nice to be with you. Why are you participating in this conference?
Well, the reason I am is, first of all, to network and to be able to work in a networking system with other OTs. This gives me an opportunity really to touch bases with OTs from various professions, various skill levels. I've been in the profession for almost 40 years, but there's always something new that I'm learning and receiving. The other thing is that I can receive different skills, maintain also some of the skills I have, but also come together. This is one of the few times of the year that we as OTs are able to come together, able to network together, able to advocate, and able to work together with one another. So I meet a lot of interesting people, and I get a chance to actually take myself to another level.
Pretty good. What does occupational therapy mean to the layman?
The average layman thinks of occupational therapy as getting someone a job. Can you get me a job? Some individuals ask me, are you an occupational health person? But it ends up being that I have to explain to them the role of occupational therapy, that it's one thing, it provides independence. The other thing is that OT has so many different facets, whether it's stress relations, whether it's physical dysfunction, whether it's disabilities. OT does a lot of different things. So I end up educating individuals. Where I work right now, I'm dealing with individuals with disabilities, so I even end up educating other healthcare staff about disabilities and how to advocate for those things.
You are involved in the government service as it relates to this. So tell me a little bit about the government work as it relates to occupational therapy.
Well, I work for the state of South Carolina, Department of Disabilities and Special Needs. And what we do, we deal with individuals on the behavior spectrum all the way down to medically fragile. One thing that I do is I help to manage dysphagia for individuals. So from the government, we're dealing with, first of all, individuals living at a center. And basically the center is like an ICF. We have 4 of them in South Carolina. So from a government perspective, there's no Medicare, there's no necessarily productivity level. So we're able to work with the clients. We work with transitioning clients from the center into the community. And that's where my work comes in, because I want to make sure that where they're transitioning to, they're going to have the services that they need.
There are going to be lots of vendors here. I think there are hundreds or so. What are some of the new equipment, new apparels, new instruments, or things that you think will appear or will be carried or presented at the exhibits this year?
Well, one of the things I saw was they're going to have like the robotics. Robotics are coming into play much more. I recently went to a conference, and I believe it's here too, where they have the actual robotic exoskeletons that they use. They also have a lot of other ways of assistive technology helping individuals with disabilities, visual things. I saw something on that. And matter of fact, as I get the chance, I'm going to go around and try to find those things, because that was very interesting, especially from a physical dysfunction perspective. And there's so many things that they can use. I was looking at a vestibular piece of equipment for measuring vestibular, which is balance. And so an individual can put those things on, and you could actually measure that and help that person gain more balance. So I thought that was really neat.
Finally, at the level of policy, with government in Washington, D.C. and what is going on, what do you think need to be addressed that is meeting resistance presently?
Well, one of the things right now I saw recently that there are some changes with OT has to be able to adapt to the changes. One of the major changes that's coming forward is, of course, the patient schedule, where they're going to go away from minutes. OT's been functioning under Medicare, Medicaid from a minutes perspective. Now it's going to come down to outcomes. And so the big change is moving from, I like the change, but it's moving from minutes-based therapy to an outcomes therapy. So OT is faced with the challenge of being able to prove that they're a viable service, and that the professional can present a great outcome. And that's going to be more patient-related, more so than the insurance related.
Finally, or last but one question, you would have noticed that the majority of the attendees are women.
Right.
What is it about women that equips them and fits them more for this profession than men?
I think the caring factor. From an OT perspective, I think the fact that women tend to, and I will say this, sometimes tend to think ahead to some degree. But I think too, being that the history of OT, women being discriminated against from a history of perspective, not just in healthcare but all over. And if you look back to the history of occupational therapy, there are women who rose up and begin to do things. So I think that's why you see women. There are men there, but it's definitely about probably 90-something% women.
Today we are talking about diversity and inclusion. How would you contribute in making sure that more minorities get involved? Minorities, you understand what I mean, African Americans, Latinos, Asian Americans, Indian Americans, not for a problem of anybody, but just for the need that there is diversity and inclusion. If you were called upon to propose some solutions, what would you say?
Well, the first thing I would do, I would advocate or encourage, especially youth, younger folks. A lot of folks don't know about occupational therapy. So the first thing is to include different races. Like in South Carolina, I go to a lot of rural areas. I talk to a lot of young folks. I think what we need to do as OTs, and one of the good things is having the Black Caucus, but even myself, until a couple years ago, I didn't know there was a Black Caucus in OT. And so I think from that, it's putting the information out and getting other OTs to encourage, especially the youth, going into schools, the colleges, because there is a need for diversity throughout OT. And so my thing is to encourage those things. I do have the opportunity to teach in South Carolina, South University, and some other. So I've been talking to other OTs that encourage those African Americans to come into the field of OT.
Thank you very much.